Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, featuring Cara Delane and Ted Ings. This episode is brought to you by BG Products, partners beyond products. And now for your hosts, Ted Ings and Cara Delane.
Welcome, everyone, to the Fixed Ops Roundtable After Dark. And what an intro, Ted.
Cara, how about that? We have an announcer, right? With our names.
We're so official.
That's amazing. I know, right? So, Tully, the only thing that's missing is your name, right? And Kristin Jones, of course.
I have my Tully pin.
I love the intro, Ted. Wow, does that guy got the voice or what? Wow.
So a couple weeks ago, everybody, and good evening. We are live tonight on social media. A couple weeks ago, we had Michelle McLean, who I see is live with us. Good evening, Michelle. Thank you so much for being here. We had Michelle and Michael Cirillo, who are involved behind the scenes with the Fixed Ops Roundtable. And a lot of people, Kristin, heard Michael's voice because he introduces the podcast, Tully. And they said, wow, can we get more of this? So we decided, Tully, to incorporate Michael into the Roaring 20s event. So you will hear him throughout the event. And so, Cara, he'll be like announcing you as you come into the room.
I mean, I feel like I'm like a wrestler now or something, Ted. It's so official. I'm like so hyped up every time I hear his voice.
I know, it's great. So anyway, good evening, everybody. Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. We are very honored and humbled tonight. Tony Owens, good evening, to welcome Tully Williams, our good friend from the Nilo, Sir Tully Williams, Cara, from the Nilo company, and also Kristin Jones from Vanguard Dealer Services. Kristin, welcome.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Hey, excited to have you. Now, you're in the Pacific Northwest. Is that right?
I am. I'm up in the Seattle area, so far away from some of you.
All right. Well, not that far from Tully. Michael Barrich, good evening. And as I mentioned, we are live. And Cara, I do want to pay homage to our exclusive sponsor of the After Dark program as well.
Yes, BG Partners, or BG Products, partners beyond products. And Ted, I have had so much fun trying to dress like this guy in the last week. I mean, Bob Tasca just absolutely BG'd out and really representing Ted because he just won a huge race at the Topeka Heartland National Championship.
And it looks like you helped him. I heard you're going to be the backup driver, from what I understand, Cara.
Yes, I mean, I might have ruined his picture here, but at least the Fixed Ops Roundtable is representing in this photo, looking like champs, right along with Bob Tasca.
So Bob Tasca is not just a race car driver. He's a third-generation automotive dealer from the Tasca Automotive Group. They used BG products. They use them exclusively throughout their dealerships. And Bob is going to be with us at the Roaring 20s event later on this month. And he'll be doing a special segment to speak to technicians about coming to work in automotive dealerships and the benefits of doing that. And we are really excited about having Bob Tasca, Cara, with us at the big show. And that segment is coming up. So great stuff.
So when is that?
Oh, the Roaring 20s, Kara.
You don't know, Tully?
I don't know.
It's right around the corner. It's September 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So hopefully everybody watching us has got their complimentary tickets at fixedopsroundtable.com. But if you haven't yet, you still have time.
Yeah, we got a lot of great speakers coming up at that event. A lot of great panels. Tully, you and Kristin are going to be on a panel for the first time. Yes, Michelle, we got to get the Tully button out to you. We're going to be talking about something that we have not discussed before, which is EV readiness and Vanguard Dealer Services, which is an F&I company and works with thousands of dealers around the United States. Very big provider, is hosting that panel. And Tully, you and Kristin are on it. Tully, talk to us a little bit because you're in California and you're seeing a lot of EVs.
We see a lot of EVs, and what's great is you bring F&I and Fix together. Is that a perfect match, right? We want to be friends with Fix. As I share an office with my Fixed Ops director for the group, we have one office together. Why? Because we're a team together. Fixed works with F&I, F&I works with Fixed. And now with EV coming out, we need to be readier than ever. And boy, I'm telling you, this panel's got some great ideas to get ready at your store.
And Kristin, you're seeing a lot of that with your dealers as well. Is that right?
EVs are where it's going. People are excited about them. The customers are excited about them. And we are ready to help people make money on them as we move forward into this next chapter of selling cars.
Mike Weldon, I see, is with us. He's out in the Northern California area as well. Hansel Automotive Group. Michael, good evening. And I know you're seeing a lot of EVs out there as well. So one of the things that we'll be providing, or that Vanguard will be providing, Kristin, is an EV readiness checklist. I've had a chance to preview that. So you guys always do some cool stuff at Vanguard. So great job to you.
Yeah, it's super exciting at Vanguard. Our job is to help the dealerships make money in their finance department. We're an intermediary between the dealerships and the vendors, and our goal is to bring you the best products that are available in the market, what's new, what's hot, what's the ways to make money. And right now, EV is all anyone wants to talk about.
Yeah, and we see that. So a part of that panel, Tully, is our friend Ed Roberts down in Florida, because Florida is experiencing, maybe not the explosive growth that you are in California yet, but they're not far behind, Tully.
You got that right. When Ted talked about how many cars and trucks he sold was like, wow. I tell you, when you're out here in California, we sell every EV that hits a lot if it's not pre-sold already. And I'm telling you right now, EVs is all the rage. Why? Because people love them. It's great. It's clean. It's easy. And that's where we have to worry about the longevity, the repeat and referral business of EVs. Are we going to help them drive back into that driveway and keep them happy, because that's the business we're in, so they buy their next one?
Yeah.
So, Kara, this is the first time, like I said, we're really addressing the EV readiness at the dealership level. What are your thoughts, Kara Delane, there being in dealership down in Texas on this EV craze?
I mean, I'm kind of in agreement with Tully. Everyone that we've had show up on the lot sells pretty quickly. I am anxious to see some of our domestic brands start showing up with some of the new inventory. I know the only one I believe we've had is coming from Ford, and we have the Lightning sitting on our showroom, and we sold quite a few Mach-E's, but I'm anxious to see some of these other brands that we have here send us some of their EVs and see how it goes in this rural community, because we're in a town of 4,000 people. So it is going to be a little different here to see the reaction from our community.
And I know one of the things we talked about, and it's a new term for me, Steve Apicella, good evening tonight, is something called, Tully, range anxiety, okay? I'm being able to take my vehicle on a longer trip. Tully, talk to us a little bit about that, because being able to have that infrastructure, not just at the dealership but at home, is important as well.
It is. I think so. States need to adopt, because the problem we have today is that, and two is that, do we have chargers where you want to go? I want to say Tesla has done an incredible job putting their charging systems around the state or around the country, so they route you to where you need to go. So what we need to see is companies get involved. We have our Shell station here in Sacramento has a fast charging system in it. You look at the Targets, you look at the malls are building those charging units, because people want to go on vacation. They got to be reassured that their car is going to make it with a little cushion. Because, if you use the air conditioner too much, you'll lose a little power. So having the infrastructure for charging units is huge, and they work. That's the key issue. And what we're seeing here is a lot of these old chargers do not work. And it's really working hard to make sure that the chargers you have at your store work, and what's going out there in the network you're going to recommend people to use.
And Kristin, I like some of the things that Vanguard is going to be talking about that you've brought to market. One of them is this subscription product for maintenance that you've already introduced in the marketplace. I know it's already underway where I am in New Jersey, and I think that's a breath of fresh air because we haven't had specific things like that available to the EV buyer. And I like that you folks at Vanguard are taking the lead on that.
Yeah, I mean, the EV market's not going away. If anything, last time we talked, it's 4% of business and then it's 8% and it just keeps growing and growing. So we need to love it and adopt it. Similar to what Tully was saying, it's an education. It's an education for our customers on where to charge, how to charge. Do they need a charger at home? Do they need a charger at work? How does that work? But it's also an education that for so long as dealers, we have beaten into people's heads, 3 months, 3,000 miles, 3 months, 3,000 miles. Mm-hmm. So now we need to train them a different way. What do you need to do for maintenance on an EV? Is it different? Is it the same? Is it more? Is it less? Your tires you're going to use more often. You have to change some things out. So we have to educate our customers as they educate themselves on this whole new innovation and branding and chapter in the car business. And it's very exciting. And we want to be on the forefront. We want to be on the offensive, not the defensive, and get everyone really ready to make money on these deals and money on these customers because they're going to be lifelong customers. And it's very, very exciting.
Kara, I talked to Kristin today on the phone. And I said, where are you? She said, I'm in a dealership right now. Okay. Mm-hmm. And she was in a store. Okay. And, Kristin, one of the things I know that Ed Roberts is going to be talking about is the service intervals, because Kristin, it may not be as it's been historically based on mileage. We may have the customer come in now, Tully, at certain periods of time. Are you seeing that? And is that something that, you're looking at as well?
So I'll take that. So time is a big issue. I think that as you see the manufacturers starting to go time and miles, but it's more about time. Why? It's so confusing for the customer. Remember, we're in the repeat and referral business. Make it easy, right? So now if we know we need to come in once a year, or if the mileage are extreme, you come in. Most of our brands that we have luxury brands that have preset things for 1 year. Now, when we get to the EV market, those there are going to be based on time, which is easy to do what? Set your next appointment. Because here's the deal. We have little to sell on these cars. So we need to maximize every time they come in. Are we rotating the tires? Are we changing out those cabin filters and those wiper blades? We've got to make sure we provide that excellent service to drive repeat and referral business and keep them coming back.
Well, and similar to what Tully is saying too, I think it's super easy for customers when you go to the doctor's office or the dentist. They're like, while you're here, let's just schedule a year from now, right? So it's no different on the car. I got my, normal engine car service today. It's not necessarily a fun experience, right? So we want to make this easy for the customer. If I'm in today, let's schedule you for a year out. You come back, make it streamlined, easy, because customers are going to come back to whatever dealership treats them right and makes it very easy in the least amount of time for them. So our goal, as Tully always likes to say, is repeat and referral business. And we want to make it easy for the customers to do business with us.
I see Brooke Furness is with us tonight. Brooke is on several panels at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Good evening, Brooke. And as you can see, we are all Roaring 20s out as well. And, Tully has on those video screens behind him, Kristin, he's got a lot of things that they're tracking, but I do see some colors that are coming up every now and then, the green and the yellow and the red. Tully, we're still going to track that kind of stuff, right, on EVs, right?
Absolutely. Why? We want to track tires. As you know, our good friend at Tire Profile, Oopsie Traction, right? He is the one that's going to talk about telling them about the tires every time they come in, right? We need to make sure we do not want to lose any customer to tires at all. Why? Because we're in that repeat referral. Keep them in your store. So having that green inspection, having those yellows warning, talking about it, so when they come back, They know what's expected. They know the price. Is there any surprises? No. And I tell you, that's the key issue, having clear, easy to read inspections so you can help drive those sales to keep the customer happy, keep the car from breaking down, and making sure we drive that repeat and referral business.
And one of the things that I've done for the last couple of years with Vanguard Dealer Services is we actually train service advisors. We've done it at their facility here in New Jersey. And Kara is a big fan of Vanguard. You can see she's wearing the Vanguard tire lanyard, Tully, that measures the green, yellow, and red. And when we did the training for Henson brand dealerships, Vanguard was kind enough to provide the lanyards. In fact, recently, Kara, I said that I think Greg Caldera sent out an update with some more of those lanyards.
He did, yes, because I had given some of mine away, and then I noticed that some of our new hires in our shop weren't wearing one, or they had a different tool that they were using, and I was like, where is your lanyard at? You need this. And so, yes, y'all sent me some more, and I got them all hooked up now. So, but I kept mine, and it's been about a year, and I still have it.
And I saw, go ahead.
So, the thing about it just came up is that the power of having F&I trained service advisors, how important is that? Do you want to drive in and say, I come in and I bought a service contract? Oh, you bought that one. Or right. What did you buy what? Oh my God. You want them to come in, oh my God, you bought that service contract, or you bought that key, or you bought that whatever it is. The excitement is you need to actually train the service advisor first before you train the F&I person, because they're the ones that are going to drive the sales from that point forward. Would we recommend that to our family members? Absolutely. Would you ever sell a car without a service contract and a maintenance? Absolutely not. We want to drive those things. Having your service advisors on board day one is an absolute necessity. Got to do it.
And Kristin, it's so refreshing because Tully now, for the past couple of years on the Roundtable, has been saying, hey, Ted, we got to bring F&I and fixed ops together, all right?
Totally.
These two departments work hand in hand. As he mentioned, he shares the office with the F&I director for the Nilo Group, Dennis Gingrich, who's been on the show a couple times. And Kristin, I do agree. Exactly. I mean, I think it goes together really well.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's super important. There's nothing worse we can do than sell something in finance and they go to redeem or use it, whether it's 6 months later or 3 years later, and the service department doesn't know what it is or doesn't know how it functions. And that's very hard, especially when sales works different hours than service, and service may work 2 or 3 shifts. We have to educate each other and work as a team, even if we're different hours in different parts of the building and different everything, so that when the customer comes in, it's seamless. We want to make it best for the customer. That's the whole reason we're in business, is to bring them back and make sure they have a great experience.
You got that right.
And, Tully is really passionate, isn't he? I mean, Kristin, you've seen, Tully in action, and he's coming up on this panel. So I can't think of anybody better, on the retail side and fixed ops to, have as part of that EV panel.
It's exciting times. I think that people are scared of EVs. Just remember, they're all regular customers. That's the best part of the whole thing. They're just new customers that you have. They're going after this new widget. And that new widget is what? It's an EV vehicle that is so cool. Right? The technology in that car is so cool. So don't treat them like, aliens. Treat them like great customers. They're probably customers that are in your brand that are upgrading to the next car. But nothing to be scared about. EVs, I am full force ahead. These are great customers that are going to be long time people in your shore. So here's the deal. That's the reason why it's so important, because there's less to break. Good for the customer, hard for the facility. That means we must retain 100% every car in the drive for us to make it when we change over to EV 100%.
Well, and Tully, one thing we didn't talk about last time, but I'm just thinking through right now, if you drove an EV car, would you want to take it to a Jiffy Lube or someone like that? No, we need to bring them back to the dealership. You need the trained technicians working on it, and you need those, you need the highest level people working on that car to keep making sure it works. And the EVs are exciting. They're fun. Kids are excited about them. My kids think a Tesla means someone is rich because they think anyone who drives an electric vehicle is the coolest person on the planet.
It is so exciting to see that what's coming next, because, that is the excitement. And I think that's what we need in this industry is excitement back, right? We're trying to attract technicians. Tracking the technicians when you have EV cars is a wonderful thing. Having those people come in that maybe would not be on there before. Well, I would love to be in that part. That's great because technology in EV cars is very advanced. And I just want to say, do you want your car practiced on, or do you want a trained professional to work on it? Remember, outside practice, we are actually factory trained on all cars. I don't think anybody wants to go to Jiffy Lube and have them practicing on their EV car.
And Tully, Les Silver is doing a segment at this event.
Wow.
And he talks about the fact that this is going to be good for dealerships because where we've lost customers, just to Kristin's point, to the aftermarket, to the Jiffy Lubes over the years, he says customers are going to be more reliant on dealerships because we're going to have the trained technicians with the proper technology. And there's also with the batteries, right? There's some sophistication to be able to provide the work.
Well, if you do it wrong, you die. I mean, that's pretty bold, but that's what happens. It's very, very scary. So we are trained to make sure that we actually work on your car right, not melt your car to the ground. And two, is that everybody's safe. Who wants to do that on the outside world? That's where we have the advantage. We need to take advantage of it.
So one of the things we like to do at After Dark is when we have somebody who's new to the Fixed Ops Roundtable, Kristin, we want to find out.
I'm new.
we want to find out who they are and a little bit more about them. Tully, hold on. And so you were kind enough, Kristin, to share some photos with us of your family. And you've been in the car business now for quite a while. So tell us who we see here and tell us about you and who you are.
These are my two boys, Warner and Walker, and they are 9 and 7 years old. I am third generation in the car business. All my aunts, uncles, grandparents, everyone's sold cars throughout the years. So my kids this weekend, they learned how to wash the cars, and I gave them $1 each per car that they washed, and they did a great job. And then guess what? It rained an hour later. But, they're learning.
Beautiful family. And who do we see here?
This is my husband, Wes.
Now, is Wes in the car business also or no?
He's in the real estate business, and this is at his parents' 50th wedding anniversary a couple weeks ago. So that's pretty exciting.
That's exciting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful family. And now this looks like a pretty recent picture because I see the shaved ice there.
Oh, yeah. That's in the summer when I think they were eating shaved ice for dinner at probably 9 p.m. and listening to music in the park when they should have been in bed. Welcome to summer.
And again, how old are you boys?
7 and 9. They're in 2nd and 4th grade. They just started last week.
That's exciting.
Wow. So, you're a mom and you've got the automotive career going on. So you got everything happening. And again, just great pictures that you provided us here. Look at this on the beach.
Yeah, they're a handful. It keeps it fun, keeps it busy.
And I really enjoyed this picture here and some of the backstory. Tell us about this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so these are some young entrepreneurs. If you see on the left side, it says Snow Bros $4 snow cones. There's two twins that you can see on the left side, Timmy and Eric, and they are brothers. They're twins. Started Snow Bros, where they make snow cones, and they've been doing it all summer. They've made $2,000, if you can believe it.
Wow.
We went to Oregon coast last week. We had to drag the snow cone machine and the generator to the beach. The sales were not great at the beach, I'll have to tell you. No one wanted sand in their snow cone. But all of these kids, my boys included, have been doing it all summer around town, made tons of money. They've learned a lot and had a great experience. So these might be the next guys selling you a car, in a couple of years.
And Kristin, like you said, there's money in these snow cones, right?
There's money in the snow cones. I think the parents have been paying for most of the materials, and they're very specific about, they want blue raspberry, not bubble gum or whatever it may be. But it's been a great learning experience for the kids. They have to split their profits at the end of the day. They haven't learned about taxes yet. We'll teach them that maybe next summer. But they've had a great summer, and they've worked really, really hard all summer doing Snow Bros.
And Kristin, Tully got his start with a lemonade stand, I'm told, at a very young age. So, an entrepreneur as well.
Yeah.
I tell you, the snow cone thing is so cool. I mean, can you imagine all they've learned on that? And that will be with them forever. That is so cool.
Oh, it's awesome. And then they take their money and they decide what they're going to buy next or what they're going to save for. And it's been a great learning experience. The young entrepreneurs of Bellevue, Washington this summer. and Snow Bros. And then we have Pasta Bros. They want to make pasta and sell that, fresh pasta.
Oh.
They have a 3D printer. They want to make things. You know, their minds are expanding.
Wow.
They're going to get franchise next, I think, right? Franchising it out.
Yeah, right?
I love it. A lot of great friends on the roundtable commenting. Steve Apicella, who's got a panel. Tully, I think you're on that mega panel also at the event.
Yeah, it's all talking about the same thing, right? F&I coming together, right? Having great products, not be scared of the future. I think the more we talk about fixed ops and F&I, it's just a huge win for the store. It's a huge win for the customer.
And there's a lot happening right now in our industry, and Vanguard does a whole lot for dealerships. So if I can, Kristin, let me show a very short video, a little background on one of the things that Vanguard provides to dealers all around the nation. And Kristin, compliance is such an important topic, especially right now.
Compliance is important at any point. Dealers have had a really good post-COVID world the last couple of years. And so we need to be cleaner than ever, right? And be compliant and do everything right. Like I said, I was in a dealership all day today, and dealers are smart. They know they've had a really good last year, made a lot of money, but they want to make sure they're on the forefront moving forward, whether it's compliance, whether it's EVs, whether it's how do we make money? How do we retrain salespeople once inventories start coming back? So we're really trying to make sure everyone's being offensive, not defensive, and moving forward as we go next into this. And it's an exciting time. We kind of don't know when it's going to change, and everyone's trying to enjoy it, right? But it's fun. It's a great time. Car dealerships are exciting. I think selling cars, servicing cars, there's never been a better time to do it.
Tully, amen, right? I mean, this is a time like no other that we've seen in our industry.
I think that we need to think about this last couple of years, and then you need to look about this is the time we buckle down and demand excellence, right? Like Vanguard's doing, helping to reinsure that you're doing things compliant. In fixed, are we greeting every customer? Are we making every inspection? Are we taking every video? And are we treating every customer right? CSI, customer supplies income, right, Ted?
I heard that today a couple times on a couple panels.
But the whole point of it is I think that now when things are good is when we need to buckle down and demand excellence, right? This is when we can learn. This is when we can actually dial it in and get people excited about it. Make it fun. You don't have 50 KPIs. You got 5 or 3, right? Those are the things we want to work on. And this is the time to do it.
I agree with you totally too, because the store I was at today used to sell 400 cars. Now they're selling 200. They have now bigger grosses than ever before, but they have time to do that stuff. Correct. They have time to train their people. They have time to get ready. So when inventories start to come back, they'll be prepared, right? And we want to make sure that they're moving that way so that they're not stuck on their heels. So I totally agree with you.
When you look at VIN, right? You look at your CRM, right? I don't look at that lead. I don't want that lead. I'm only looking, right? No, everybody deserves a call or an email or a text. Every customer that drives in the driveway deserves to come out, and we walk out and do a walk around that car and treat them with respect. This is the time to buckle in. This is the time to make sure we're doing it right. Because, the people that do it right today are going to survive when we actually have 4 trillion cars in stock. That's what's going to happen.
Totally agree.
Everyone, we're really proud to announce that at the upcoming Roaring 20s Fixed Ops Roundtable, which is just about under 2 weeks away, that Kristin Jones from Vanguard Dealer Services will be here, along with Tully Williams, leading a panel on EV readiness. You are not going to want to miss it, everybody. There's going to be a very, very powerful takeaway from this that you'll be able to download and that you'll be able to implement at your dealerships right away. So do not miss this panel. Tully and Kristin are on it. I understand Ed Roberts is on it, and some other powerhouses as well. So first time we're taking on this topic, and again, you're not going to want to miss that at the upcoming event.
It's exciting, Ed. I mean, I'm telling you, I cannot wait. I mean, all the guests you've lined up, the stuff that we're going to talk about, this 3 days is going to be just packed solid.
It is. It is. And Tully, thank you so much, because you've been a big part of this event, probably bigger than ever. Okay. And including the keynote that you're going to be delivering on the morning of day number 1 with your partner in crime there, David Lance from the Nilo company.
As it's important to make sure that you're teaming up with your F&I department, we also want to team up with the marketing guy, because normally we get 0.5% of the marketing budget. We need to make sure that the marketing department is working for the fixed ops department. So that's the key issue.
Kara's all in on that. I see Coach Joe is with us tonight as well. Kara, remind us, when is the event coming up again, the Roaring 20s?
Yes, about 2 weeks away, Ted. September 20th, 21st, and 22nd, our 3-day virtual event. And you can grab your tickets at fixedopsroundtable.com.
And they are complimentary tickets, everybody. If you missed any portion of our show tonight, it's going to be available, of course, on social media, and Kara, on our YouTube channel also.
Yes, we're on YouTube now. So if you missed our show tonight or any of the other shows, you can catch us on our YouTube channel. So go subscribe right after this.
And Tully, Kara is keeping us busy because she's got us on all the social medias, and she just started us off on TikTok, Kristin, in the last month or so. So, Kara, how's that TikTok thing coming along?
I'm liking it. And I did set up Ted a TikTok. So y'all be looking for that.
Is he going to do a dance?
It's going to be so great, whatever.
Maybe. There's a lot more than a dance coming, too, from what I understand. So some real cool stuff. So, hey, everybody, thank you tonight for being with us live with Kristin Jones from Vanguard Dealer Services. Kristin, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at the big show.
Awesome. We look forward to seeing you guys. Thanks for everything.
Thanks for dressing up. And Tully Williams, thank you so much from the automotive fixed ops community for all you do. And we're going to get a chance to call him Sir Tully. We'll be able to announce what that's all about at the show, Tully. So
you're so sweet, Ted. We want to say thank you, Ted, for what you've done to the fixed ops department, bringing it out to the forward, making it super cool, making it super hot. Who wants to be in fixed ops? Everybody wants to be in fixed ops. I got my guy over here saying I'm in the fixed ops business too. That's it.
He's the F&I guy, Tully.
He's the F&I guy. He says, I like fixed ops.
As he should.
Kara likes fixed ops now too, right, Kara?
Why would I not?
I can't believe you even say that about her.
What other department lets me dress like this?
Yeah.
So great job, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tully. Thank you, Kristin. And I'm getting excited for the Roaring 20s, but hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. On behalf of Ted Ings, Kristin, Tully, and myself, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on Monday at 8 p.m.